frequency is 99.5 FM. This studies today with the Gajan Post which is out of the stands as we speak. The Gajan Post focuses today on the Glencore scandal as SNH expresses readiness to expose accomplices. The National Hydrocarbons Corporation, mostly known by its French abbreviation SNH, has expressed readiness to comply with investigations to expose accomplices in the Swiss multinational commodity trading and mining company Glencore bribe scandal. The executive general manager of SNH, Adolphe Mudiki, made the announcement in a release issued on Friday, 2nd August. In the statement, Mudiki said the company will cooperate with the competent national and international institutions while also defending its core values. He disclosed that SNH staff facing accusations of wrongdoing and those of Glencore have been identified. According to the Mudiki signed release, the concerned will appear before the Westminster Magistrates Court in London, United Kingdom, on the 10th of September 2024. Meantime, Semper Night media personality of Metal, Joe Chebomkeng, there was a standing ovation for the NCC boss at Semper's Meeting Award night for demonstrating on much mastery of Cameroon's media landscape and for displaying a never-seen neutrality in handling complaints against media offensive. You can read this story today on page 5 of the Gajan Post paper, which is out on the stands as we speak. Also, the Gajan Post paper talks something completely different. I say our Fonka wins Cameroon's Best Governor Award. Also, you can read this on page 6 of the Gajan Post paper. The Gajan Post Sunday edition is also out today, and it talks about Wellison Mokwe Enkeng, journalist, iconic community leader, women and girls empowerment champions. You can read all of this about this particular iconic journalist, Wellison Mokwe Enkeng, who is on the center page of the Gajan Post paper today. The world told this life, Douala, 72-year-old widower, sexually abuses 4-year-old girl. It's a story which has been put today on the Sunday edition of the Gajan Post paper. We shall be talking about most of these stories today. Also, Yaoundé, a jealous husband pours acid on wife at a public ceremony. You can read all of this on page 5 of the Gajan Post Sunday edition. Human interest stories keep on accumulating today on the Gajan Post Sunday edition as a man attacks married pastor during service for snatching his girlfriend. Page 3 is where you can read this particular human interest story. Also, a woman at war with transport agency over missing plantains and the cocoyams. You can read this story on page 5 of the Gajan Post Sunday edition. The Median is also out today. The Median talks about Agbobala mounts the big stage in the USA, winner of the 2024 International Human Rights Award by the American Association, ABA. The indefatigable human rights and globe-trotting human rights crusader and promoter, Congo Felix Agbobala, aka Agbobala, was a special guest at a high-level law dinner in Chicago, USA, to receive his prize. Bala had won the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Prize in the USA in 2022. You can read all about this today on page 3 of the Median paper. Also, Akeremona tackles Mudiki over Glencore, another must-read story today on the Median, who also highlights this story today on its center page. The People's MP Konye Chiefs endorse Honorable Ekole Peters for 2026. You can read all of this today on the Median paper. Also, confirmed cases in Central African Republic, monkeypox scares and hits East Cameroon. You can also read all of these stories today on the Median. Kumba plans befitting last honors for iconic policeman Young Mobile. The funeral ceremony of Young Mobile is already out on the Median paper. You can read all of this today on its publication. The Herald Tribune is also out today. The Herald Tribune says at the Semper Award night, Tarikon Credit Union increases award tally as the best microfinance in Semak sub-region. That's what the Herald Tribune has today on its center page. Also, beneficiaries of Ndicha Foundation make it big. The 2023-2024 GCE results. You can read all of this today on the Herald Tribune. Northwest Barons orders boycott burial of former Bello mayor, which has also been described and characterized as a shameful act there in the Northwest region. You can read all of this today on page 2 of the Herald Tribune. Meantime, Mayor Chenwi Peter ends English language newspaper publishers trust and he's committed to development. You can read all of this today on the Herald Tribune. Tanjong Martin crowned best mayor in Cameroon, recognized for his best practices in waste management, climate change, environmental protection, and the laureates pledges to share expertise with staff of other councils. You can read all of this today on the Herald Tribune. Also, Anglophone crisis IDPs from the Northwest, Southwest hold mega conference, launch credit union. You can read all of this today in the Upper Plateau Division, where all of this is happening. You can read all of this today on the Herald Tribune. The pilot is also out today. Dangote Calvin's Foundation sponsored Meta Unity Sports Tournament on course. You can read this today on page 3 of the pilot. Akeremuna rubbishes SNH's release in Dykes former Glencoe Esco. Another must-read story today, as the pilot also highlights this story today on its center page. Phase 2 of TP Mindeno roadworks rated at 66%. Also, Okufon awarded certificate of leadership in public management. You can read this story today on page 6 of the pilot. Bamenda 3 Council, Banyo Council seal for development. Page 12 is where you can read this story today on the pilot. Meantime, CHRC refers women and girls to the Maputo Protocol. You can read this story today on the pilot. Reach Out Cameroon promotes peace, harmony, and diversity through football in the southwest region of the country. Page 9 of the pilot is where you can read this story. The Horizon is also out as well, as Junior Gombe passes police exam is the center story today on the Horizon paper. As Junior Gombe, who was convicted last week, or I will not say convicted, or who was detained last week, that's detained last week, they said in Yaoundé for some crimes against the government, is now said to have passed a police exam. You can read the story today on page 4 of page 5 rather of Horizon paper. Also, a celebration of 80th birthday in Boya, Bishop Emeritus Bushu recognized with award for Barrister Nico Hale, says Bishop Emmanuel Bushu is retired but not tired. ICT University VC gets most inspiring Cameroonian intellectual award is also another story you could read today, as Jean-Emmanuel Pondi backs another award in the intellectual domain and category. A town hall meeting in Tico Southwest Public Independent Conciliator addresses worries of denizens. A story which could be read today on page 4 of the Horizon paper. Kumba City Council adopts additional budget to clear unpaid salaries. You can read all of this today on page 4 still of the Horizon paper. Meantime, UN Human Rights Chief is here today. Another story which could be read. Everything you need to know about the UN Human Rights Chief is also highlighted today on page 4 still of the Horizon paper. Eden is out today as well. Eden has interesting stories too on its platform today, and its publication at a midterm council session. Kumba City Mayor prioritizes workers' salaries and plans big for municipality. You can read all of this story to this particular story today on page 3 of the Eden paper. Meantime, CBC Health Services new director challenged to uphold values of truth. Mr. Samuel Ngum has officially taken over the realm of the Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Services CBCHS following his induction into office on Saturday, 27th July 2024. He says, as one groomed within the CBC Health Services, occupying different portfolios from the base to the top upon graduation from the University of Chang as pharmaceutical health assistant. He shall put in his best to move the health services to the next level, meeting with the changing times as the world goes digital. You can read all of this today on page 12 of the Eden paper. Also, new era in Momo village as King Ebola reigns begins. King Ebola has finally been made chief in the Momo village community. You can read all of this today on page 9 of the Eden paper. The Sun is also out today. The Sun talks about Honorable Etombi who celebrates his 70th anniversary with family and friends. You can read all of this today on the Sun. PM John Gute renders plan more efficient and participatory. Crackdown on drug trafficking and abuse. Security forces intercept state vehicle transporting contraband in Limbe. Fako SDO Viang Mekala prescribes rigorous police checks on all vehicles, and over 600 kilograms of cannabis set ablaze in Center region. Page 3 is where you can read all of these inciting stories today on the Sun paper. Also, the Sun headlines today with Cameroon Quebec battle over forgotten assets and persists, which continues to persist as Ferdinand Gongo requests the Quebec to withdraw suspension action, saying it lacks legal basis. Also, CUD, Turkish, that's a Douala Urban Council, and Turkish Embassy agreed to build Friendship and Democracy Park. Gajo Livestock bags prestigious African Young Leadership from Forum Award. Another story you could read today on the Sun paper. Chantal Biya dispatches 700 pair educators to field. Sensitization of AIDS in Cameroon is on the way. Meme SGO councillors hail Kumba City Mayor's devoted vision and developmental vision as well. Catholic Women Association celebrates 60 years of existence. All of these stories today could be read on the Sun paper, which is out on the stands as we speak. The Dawn is also out today. Today is Monday, and the Dawn has its paper also on the stands today. 127 bags of imported illicit drugs intercepted in Limbe is the main story today on the Dawn paper. Also, the emergence of UMEMA, a legacy and trust and integrity, a story which could also be read today on the Dawn paper. Indigenous Peoples Day, FACO Chiefs heighten preparations, major conference set for August 9th. Also, Prime Minister Dr. Joseph John Gute reorganizes PPRD. You can read all of this today on page 3 of the Dawn paper. At Mamu Village, Honorable His Royal Majesty Mbola at the helm of the community. You can read all of this today on page 9 of the Dawn paper. Also, an ASUS is also always highlighted on the Dawn paper. Today, the ASUS today is unveiling the wellness and benefits of turmeric. Turmeric is another element used in cooking, and the well-being of turmeric is actually a golden spice, as highlighted today on the Dawn paper. You can read everything you need to know about the turmeric spice today on the Dawn paper. Municipal update is also out as well. Government rehabs FCF is 174.2 billion francs saving from oil and gas in 4 months. A story which I think is a must-read story for all the fanatics of economy in the country. Reconstruction plan officials swing into action after reconstructing. Page 2 is where you can read this thing as PPRD Steering Committee President Minister Paul Tassong visiting project sites in Idinau, here in the southwest region. You can read all of this today on municipal updates. Minister Mbayu gets rare honor for community development strides. Another story you could read today on municipal updates, most precisely on page 4 or 3 of the publication rather. You can read all of this today on municipal updates. Newswatch is also out as well. Senate Vice President for Atameto sows peace in Tico CPDM. Page 9 or page 5 is where you can read this story. Fundi Court urges newly sworn SEDEC bailiffs to serve without compromise. Page 2 is where you can read this story. That's in the central region of the country. Also, Glencore bribery scandal. SN Ash lifts veil on staff's involvement, says suspects to appear before a UK court next month. You can read all of this today on Newswatch. Page 3 is where you can read the story. CDC GM recognized for astute business management. You can read this story today as a CDC GM Franklin Ngongni Njie is displaying Semper Award on the center page today of the Newswatch paper. Semper rewards Minister Minette Libom's digital prowess. Another story you can read today as the Secretary General of Mincom and Barrister Kure Muna handing award to Minister Libom Likeng at the Semper Awards night in Yaoundé, most precisely at the Hilton Hotel. Mayor Chenwi's adaptive development finesse pays off in grand style by Meda 2 municipality. You can read all of this today about the mayor's accomplishments in the Northwest region. Tashe Frank gets another decoration for using sports to promote peace and development in Dongamantung division of the Northwest region. You can read all of this today on the Newswatch paper. The Economic Quotidien is also out today. Reports today that the alleged corrupt staff at the National Hydrocarbons Corporation in Cameroon are awaited at the Special Criminal Court in Yaoundé concerning the Glencore scandal. You can read this today on page 9 of L'Economique Quotidien, which is on the stands as we speak. L'Oeil du Sahel is also out today. Reports that 3 villages in the Far North region have been without chiefs for over 42 years. You can read this today on page 3 of L'Oeil du Sahel. Also, L'Oeil du Sahel also reports that in Marwa, still in the Far North region, a bag of corn which previously cost 16,000 francs CFA now costs 40,000 francs CFA. which is actually proving that inflation is actually a real issue in the country as we speak. Eco Martin is also out today, focuses today on the public finances and questions how and what will the 335 billion francs CFA raised by the Cameroonian government will serve on the international financial markets. Page 4 is where you can read all of this story today. Also, infrastructural projects in Cameroon have led to an expansion sales at Dangote Cement plant in Douala. You can read all of this today as exponential sales have been highlighted and recorded at Dangote Cement plant in Douala due to a lot of infrastructural projects in Cameroon at the moment. You can read all of this on page 6 of Eco Matin. Also, an exclusive interview was granted to Mohamed Amin, who is in charge of the diplomatic affairs at the Tunisian embassy in Cameroon. According to Eco Matin, Mohamed Amin says Cameroon and Tunisia have a lot to accomplish in the nearest future as a result of their fruitful cooperation. You can read all of this today and know everything you need to know about the diplomatic ties between Tunisia and Cameroon today on Eco Matin. The Trapo is also out to report that over 3,100 liters of adulterated fuel have been seized by the National Brigade in charge of fraudulent petroleum products. According to Le Drapeau, the Minister of Water and Energy, Gaston Eludu Esumba, spearheaded this operation, which took place on July 23rd to 26th of 2024. It is reported that 2,027 liters of gas oil and 1,100 liters of super were seized during the operation. You can read all of this today on page 3. Also, Le Drapeau also talks about the Ministry of Defense, which have issued a communique in Cameroon, as the Cameroon Air Force is currently recruiting in the country. You can read all of this today on page 2 of the Drapeau paper. It is with Le Drapeau that we end this edition today of our daily press review, today, Monday, 5th August 2024, on CAM1 radio and television. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the People's Radio, of course, and the frequency is 99.5 FM. For presentation, I was a comment, Charles Abane. See you tomorrow, Tuesday, same time, same place on this network.
Are you looking for a platform to amplify the voice of your business, to grant visibility for your products, to create awareness for your services? Then contact CAM1 TV, because CAM1 TV is that place where you will position your business in the faces of your target market. Contact us on telephone number 677-627386. CAM1 TV, taking your businesses to the limelight.
Again. The boy who is lost, the man who is blind, the old man stone dead cold. All dreams forgone, love turned into mold. The life that never was. What we had has long been lost. No love to feel, but you are here with me. No love to hide, but you are by my side. No, you won't leave my side. Hanging me down again. The little details of me derailed. Same old flaws, my friend. same old shit. Laugh politics, I'm breaking down again. All by myself, you're holding me tight. This paradox is strain. My power to move, my power to shine. No love to feel, but you are here with me. No love to hide, but you are by my side. Do you remember the days and the life we craved? Let's go back to the days and the promises we made. Wanna tell you, say the words to you, let me whisper. Making the hit again, the pressure remains. The boy who was lost, the man who was blind, the old man stone dead cold. All dreams forgone, love turned into mold. The life that never was. What we had has long been lost. No love to feel.
And so for Limbe with the bolo, it's gonna lie, no be lie.
Atlantic Beach Hotel Complex, a luxury hotel that offers world-class services with restaurant and lounge facilities, multi-purpose services, meeting rooms and dining facilities, catering and outdoor services, outdoor reception for 1,000 places, a conference hall, accommodation, standard rooms, executive rooms, luxury rooms, VIP rooms with AC, Wi-Fi, hot and cold water, flat screen LED TV, a refrigerator and a safe.
Slowly, if not play, make it end, there we go pass all time.
Atlantic Beach Hotel Complex also offers you a standby generator, reserve water tank, infirmary, surveillance camera, swimming pool of 3 meters deep, and a standby lifeguard. 2 buccaroos with magnificent sea view. Atlantic Beach Hotel Complex is located 100 meters from Community Field Roundabout going towards Down Beach. P.O. Box 63 Limbe, Cameroon. Telephone number 679-271366 or 699-980951. For more information, visit our website www.atlanticbeach.com. Atlantic Beach Hotel Complex. Home away from home.
If you want party, come for Limbe, and you go bow, no be lie, and no.
Global Education Systems is coming to you. Yes, you. There will be a direct admission and employment event in 4 major cities in Cameroon. We're talking Buea, Douala, Yaoundé, and Bamenda from August 5th to August 17th of 2024. So get ready to gain profitable knowledge on admissions and applications to the best schools abroad and direct employment to the best countries. So anticipate.
Affordable education for all. Global's
Beach Hotel informs 24 kids summer holiday camps session scheduled for Wednesday. Parents are called upon to register their children to partake in building, card game, poly game, and many more. Participants will also partake in an art of painting, cooking, and swimming lessons.
Be in the town of legendary hospitality, direct employment, and direct admissions.
affordable education for all. Global's education system.
I4 is that place where you will position your business in the faces of your target market. Contact us on telephone number 677-627386. CAM1 TV, taking your businesses to the limelight.